Alright, Shalom. I'm the brother Tasiyat coming back with another video. But before I start off, I would like to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Kakadash. I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akiyam across this world, who are spreading this knowledge and truth and sincerity. And Shalom to the few sincere sisters out there who are also listening. Okay, may the election be upon your households. Come Shalom. So, as you can see in the title, I want to make a video about Yahawashi did not want everybody to be saved. Okay, first thing what everybody likes to go to is John 3 and 16. You know, these Christians like to go to there and use that and to say like you see Jesus came to save everybody. Okay, which that is not the case, man. He only came for the so-called Israelites. He only came for the Israelites, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And for now, not even everybody of them is going to be saved. Okay, only a small portion of the chosen bloodline of Israel is going to be saved. Okay, in the kingdom, which will be upon this planet Earth, that is where all Israelites will be in a good estate. You know, have a spiritual power, be immortal, don't get sick anymore. But now, you know, with still this white man ruling here, you know, until Yahawashi returns. When Yahawashi returns, you know, the only ones that will be in a good estate and will be saved is the elect. Okay, the ones that do listen to the Most High and try their best to follow His will. So this is John 3 and 16. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God sent not His Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through Him might be saved. So now they think like, oh, you see, so the whole world can be saved because Yahawashi came. No, this word world in the Greek is oikonomos, if I'm correct, or cosmos, which means, you know, the world of Israel. Just like how you can have the world of sports, okay, the media world. This is just speaking of specific the world of Israel, okay, not the whole world as in all people. It's not a planet for the media, or there's not a planet for sports, okay. It just speaks about a certain group. Now there are three words for the word world. In the Greek, you have ion, you know, you have oikonomy or oikonomos, and you have, what is the other one I said? I said it in the beginning: ion, oikonomos, and cosmos. And you know, these all have a different meaning. You know, one means literally the whole planet, you know, and all people in it, you know, and the other one just means a particular group. You know, in this case, the Israelites. So from there, let's go to Mark chapter 4, verse 8 or verse 11. Let me start at verse 9. And he said unto them, he that had ears let to hear, let him hear. Everybody, you know, a lot of people, let me say that have ears, you know, to hear. But just because you have ears doesn't mean that you know what's being said and that you can understand. Okay, in the same way, Yahawashi was speaking in riddles and parables to a lot of people. And to others, he was just explaining what he meant. Why do you think that is? Okay, because he did not want everybody to be saved. Of course, man. If you wanted everybody to be saved, why did he speak in parables to some and explain it to others normally? So Matthew 4, verse 10. And when he was alone, they that were about him with the 12 asked of him the parable. And he said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of Yahweh. But unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables, that seeing they may see and not perceive, lest and hearing they may hear and not understand. So he was explaining his disciples the parables, the riddles, what it meant, but to the other people he was not explaining it. You know, he knew that these people were wicked and he didn't want them to understand it. You know, which means if he doesn't want you to get this truth, means he wants you to die. You know, you're destined to die basically then, man. Okay. But unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables, come. Lest at any time they should be converted and their sins should be forgiven them. So Yahawashi did not want their sins to be forgiven. You see? So later on, you know, if I'm correct, he started explaining the parable also. So when we go to Matthew chapter 13, it's the same scenario, only described a little bit different. So Matthew chapter 13, let me start at first. Let me read verse 3. Let me start verse 1. The same day went Yahawashi out of the house, and sat by the seaside, and great multitudes were gathered together unto him, so that he went into a ship, and sat, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And he spake many things unto them in parables, saying, Behold, a sower went forth to sow. So this is the riddle. He was speaking in riddles. A sower went forth to sow, and when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. So this parable is speaking about people that coming new into this truth. Okay, some people hear about this truth, they be happy, but once they digest the I said it, the more harsh things, the harsh reality, they be like, hey, I'm not down with this. Other people, when they come to listen to this truth, they hear it, they be like, yeah, it's good. And then a whole random person comes up, starts a whole new conversation and draws them away from the truth, and now they're gone. You know, other people, they come into this truth, and they want to go too fast, and then they fall off because their stamina is burned up now. Some people hear this truth, but they don't really focus on their basics, and therefore they are not grounded and rooted very good in this truth. Like a tree. If a tree doesn't have strong roots, he can just fall off with every wind. So you gotta have strong roots in this truth. Okay. Have, so that you won't fall away that easily. Okay. So he was just explaining these parables to the people, man. So Matthew 13 verse 7. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. So some people are in this truth, but they still have, things in the society, in the world that they really want to accomplish. Not saying that it's a bad thing to have, for example, your own business or whatnot to make your life a little bit easier. But these people, they focus too much on worldly things instead of Yahawashi. And now the world is choking them, like, having them in a strong grip. Here it is, you want to make videos, but you go work the whole day instead of making videos. Here it is, you want to study, but you go watch Netflix the whole day, for example. Here it is, you got to meet up with brothers to do study or to make a video, but you're going on trips, you going out for dinner with your wife or whatnot. You do everything, but focus on the truth. Okay, here it is, you have money to invest in this truth, to buy new scriptures or something. Buy a new Bible, maybe buy a new phone if you need it for videos, to watch videos. But you're gonna buy the newest jewelry. You're gonna buy the newest clothing. You're gonna buy jewelry, whatnot. Not necessarily that it's bad, but you could have done better with it concerning the truth. You get what I'm saying? There's a balance, of course, with everything. We're not saying that you're not supposed to work, or not supposed to pay your house, or not supposed to have new shoes or a new car. Hey, if you have these things, so be it, man. It might be a blessing for you also, if you have a beautiful house. But don't focus all your heart and attention too much in the world instead of Yahawashi. The first few months you was on fire, listening, watching videos, and now the last year you've been doing nothing. That's going downhill. You've been choked. Verse 8, but other fell into the ground, into good ground, and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. Okay, so those are the ones who did stick into this truth and are still, being busy to step up their game. And if I'm correct, sorry, my nose. If I'm correct, the fruit is talking about the people that you explain the scriptures to, and now can come back to Yahawashi, through your explanation, for example, or. So those are your fruits. Okay, verse 9. Who had ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. So Yahawashi was like, no, you ain't gonna make it. I only want you to make it. And on top of that, he only came for the house of Israel in the first place. He never came for the heathens, okay? The Gentiles, the actual Ishmaelites, which are the Arab people, the actual Cushites, which are the Ethiopian people, the actual Moabites, which are the Chinese, the actual Ammonites, which are the Japanese, the actual Edomites, which are the so-called white men. He didn't come for them. Okay, Matthew 15, verse 24 says, but he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Okay, only for the Israelites. So going back to Matthew 13, verse 12. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he had. Therefore spake I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and shall not perceive. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and the ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. He doesn't want to heal them, he doesn't want them to be saved. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye heard, and have not heard them. Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower. Okay, so now he's going to explain what the parable means. Okay, so you can read it for yourself. So, let me see if I can go here also. Let me see, Luke. Yeah, the same account basically. Luke 8, verse 9. And his disciples asked him, saying, what might this parable be? And he said, unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of the Most High, but to others in parables, that seeing they might not see, and hearing they might not understand. Now the parable is this: the seed is the word of the Most High. Those by the wayside are they that hear, then cometh the devil, and taketh away the word out of their hearts, lest they should believe and be saved. Like I said, some people hear this truth, they listen like, oh yeah, and then somebody comes and distracts them and takes them away from hearing this truth. They on the rock are they which, when they hear, receive the word with joy, and these have no root, which for a while believe, and in time of temptation fall away. So in the beginning they are glad. Wait a minute, we are the Israelites? Wait a minute, so God is so-called black, Yahawashi is so-called black, we're gonna have spiritual powers. But then the sourness kicks in, you got to be we stuck in a society for the time being. You cannot shave your whole beard off, you cannot shave your hair bald, you cannot put line ups, you cannot eat shrimp, pork, lobster, you cannot do a lot of things, you cannot do. And then they be like, hey man, that's too hard, man. You know what, leave it. They didn't have strong roots, man. Verse 14, and that which fell among thorns are they which, when they have heard, go forth, and are choked with cares and riches and pleasures of this life, and bring no fruit to perfection. Like I said in the beginning, you hear this truth, in this truth, but now you're leaning more towards riches, fancy house, fancy cars, jewelry, fancy job, women. You lean more to that than to the Most High. Now you're being choked by the world. But that on the good ground are they which in an honest and good heart, having heard the word, hear the word, keep it, and bring forth fruit with patience. The ones that are in this truth for the right purposes, and stay on this path of salvation, and bring others to this path of salvation, and wake other Israelites up, the elect up, So Yahawashi, which means Lord willing. Okay, Yahawashi, I hope this was edifying. With that, I want to give all praises and the highest honor to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Kakadash. And I want to give double honor to my elder apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akim across this world, who was spreading his knowledge in truth and sincerity. And shalom to the few sincere women, sisters of Israel out there who are listening. And may the election be upon all your households. Shalom.